What's up, everyone? Happy August to you. We recorded this episode a little while ago with my pals Lingjie and Isabel, which is always a good time. And it was such a good time that we actually recorded for like 2 hours on a Saturday morning. So instead of putting this as one 2-hour episode, which is pretty long even for myself to listen to as I edit it, so I'm going to split it up into 2 episodes. I'll drop it later this week. So we're going to do Love After Divorce in this episode, and then later this week we'll do part 2, which includes Karma and Signal. So as usual, thank you all for listening, and we'll get to the episode right after this. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Infatuasian Podcast. Good to have you back with us. We're here with a new type of episode for y'all. It's kind of I don't know, should we call it a watch party or a drama club? What do you guys want to call this thing?
Oh, drama club is good. It's like when you have a book club, but with K-dramas.
Yeah.
I'm sure
That's
somewhere in
kinda-
the world they already do that.
Well, technically, one of the shows is not a drama.
Yeah, that's the thing. K content? I don't know. Well, anyway, it's 3 people who are picking shows to watch and recommending it to the others, and then we watch it and come back to talk about it. So here we are talking about it with some repeat visitors. We have you're not quite day 1 guests, but you were year one guests.
Year one guess.
We have some guests that have been with us since, wait, Isabel, when did you start? 2022?
Yeah, 2022, I think. Maybe.
January
so-
2022.
Yeah, early 20,
Ooh.
so somewhere around there, end of 2021, beginning of 2022. Should we go ladies first this time, maybe? So join us from the beautiful island of Hong Kong, island or peninsula?
City? Is
City
it-
of Hong from the jewel of the Orient.
I thought it was Pearl.
The From the Pearl of the
Not
Orient,
sure.
we have Isabel Wong, the host
Hello,
of Proudly
hello.
Asian.
Yay!
welcome
Thanks
back.
for having me, Curtis. Long time no see.
Yeah, this was really just an excuse to talk to you guys.
Absolutely.
I may never even put this on the air. This may just be for us. But Isabel, financial journalist by day, podcaster by night, host of Proudly Asian. How's it going, Isabel? What's new?
It's been going. I mean, to be honest, on a personal level, I have started doing a master's degree since. So, like, I have been slowing down on Proudly Asian a little bit, but I just officially submitted my master's thesis. So I can't wait to get back
Yes.
on some Proudly Asian work.
So does that mean you're done? If you pass, are you done?
I think I should be done. I should be graduating. I just got an email, saying like, dear graduate, you get 20%
Oh.
off buying like souvenirs from the uni. So I think I'm graduating.
That counts. Yeah, that counts. What MBA? What are we getting here? We're getting
It's a master's degree in sustainability and ESG.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow. It's a little pivot. It's a little pivot for you.
Yeah. It's been interesting learning stuff on that front because obviously I've been doing quite a lot of like financial journalism related stuff and investment related stuff. And there's definitely kind of like an emerging area of sustainable investing. So it's been nice to kind of add to some like technical knowledge around that area,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
But I guess in the US, this space is kind of having some headwinds.
Yeah, no, we're all about coal now.
Yes.
This is new,
Burn,
new
baby,
technology
burn.
called coal. Yeah.
The dirtier,
yeah,
the better.
Yes.
don't move here. Yeah, definitely don't move here. Oh man, and you just got back from Sydney, Australia, I believe.
That's right. Yeah. Oh.
How is that? No, okay. Hot take.
Oh my
Best
God.
Asian food outside of Asia, Sydney, Australia. What do you?
Yo, I was not saying they got the best Asian food outside of Asia. I was saying they probably got the best food. Period.
Think? Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
I mean,
I I can't argue because I've never been there.
Same here.
No. Yeah. It's actually a bit hard to get to, right? Like it was my first time going to Australia as well, and finally checking off the sixth continent out of 7 continents in the world, and I've only got Africa left, so now I'm gonna be a bit more ambitious about planning an Africa trip. Have you been to Africa?
Wow.
Is Africa the last continent? Because I was clearly thinking something much further south.
I was thinking Antarctica.
Yeah, same here.
Yes, I have been to Antarctica, so
Oh wow.
Oh,
yes, yes.
Yeah, that's a long.
Luckily, yeah,
Africa's a long flight though.
it is. It is, and I don't know which part to check out first. So maybe your viewers will have ideas
Yeah. I don't have a ton of listeners
from
on the
Africa.
continent. Not a ton.
Yeah,
But if anyone out there, send Isabel an email. My sister's been to South Africa.
nice.
I think that's it. Oh, maybe North Africa too.
Oh wow.
Actually, the flight to like Egypt wouldn't be too far, would it, for you?
It wouldn't. It's kind of, yeah, it will make, yeah, it's definitely in Africa. But then, like, I think for people who are a little bit more picky, they would probably say, like, oh, Morocco and Egypt are not exactly,
don't count.
yeah, they don't count as like the
Mediterranean,
easy
yeah.
Africa destination.
The easy Africa. Okay.
Yeah, but it's still
Yeah,
Africa.
That's true. Yeah, technically. If you want to just check off the continent, go
Yeah,
to Morocco.
I might just do that.
Actually, from England to Morocco would be real close, right?
Yeah.
That'd be like a 3-hour flight or something. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but enough
Right.
about me.
Well, okay, yeah, we'll move. Well, again, this is just for us to catch up. This isn't really an episode.
I know.
This is just a call.
You're probably
We're
going to
just on a
cut
call.
everything from this part, which I don't mind.
No, you know what? I need the content, so this will go on the air. Who cares, right? People out there, if you came here for some Korean content,
You got
You're in the wrong
catfish.
place.
you're getting podcast talk. All right, and coming all the way in from Flushing, Queens, New York is our old pal Lingjie. What is up, Lingjie?
Hello. Hi, everybody. Nothing is up at all. Literally
yeah.
nothing is up. But I'm doing well, and I'm glad to be here with you guys.
Thanks for coming. Yeah, the half of the Worst Asian Podcast crew, a little bit of hiatus right now. We will get an update to you when we get an update to you, but we're sending out thoughts to our friend Ben as well and his family. So hopefully we'll hear you again on the pod sometime soon.
No, there is definitely going to be a point in which we come back. Just whenever that is a bit unknown at the moment. But I have full confidence that this isn't my last time using this mic.
Yeah, we were joking. He had to dig it out of the closet.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I was telling Curtis that
buried under stuff.
You don't realize how much stuff you have until you don't use it for 4 or 5 months, and then you take it out for the first time, and you're just a bit confused as to the amount of powerful video lights that you unnecessarily had.
Yeah, actually, there may be a secondary market I got to look into if I need lights or something. There's probably people who quit podcasts every day.
Microphones, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. All right. Yeah, so we're 3 podcasters. It could get kind of crazy. And then, some of these late nights, like right now, I'm up at 7 a.m. to talk to Isabel at 10 p.m.
Yeah.
And the things you do for the podcast sometimes, questionable.
I feel like I have the most reasonable time right now. It's 10 a.m. in the morning. I got a good sleep until 8. I'm on my second cup of coffee. It's before lunch, so I'm not cranky yet,
Nice.
We almost did this. Yeah, I'm traveling to the east again this summer, and we almost did it on the road. Like we were gonna do this call while I was in Toronto, but oh well, that's fine. We're doing it. It is August 2nd. No, wait, sorry. It is July 2nd. But this episode won't come out till August. So
Happy
anything
August.
we talk about here,
Happy August to everybody.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
happy August to everyone.
Woohoo.
Probably August. Yeah, early August. Yeah, I just realized all the big stuff happens in July.
Really?
Like there's Canada Day was yesterday.
4th of July?
4th of July. There you go.
Yeah.
The Hong Kong reunification. Didn't the what do they call it? The handover, the reunification just happened?
That's true. That's what we just had.
Yeah.
How could I forget? I literally just called it a bank holiday, but
Yeah.
I guess that's why we got a bank holiday.
But August, I was trying to think. Besides going back to school,
That's my birthday's in August. If that
okay.
if that counts.
Curtis forgot the
All
most
right.
important bank holiday of them all.
How dare you, Curtis?
All right. Well, happy Isabel Day to
Yay.
everyone out there.
Thank you. Thanks.
National Isabel Day.
Yes.
Yeah, no, international.
International. Oh, you're right,
Isabel
right.
Day. Maybe just Isabel Day.
For the whole year. Isabel
Yeah.
year. We'll just call 2025
Oh
the
my
year of
god.
the Isabel.
Isabel's good. Yeah, too busy for Isabel's.
All right, all you Isabels out there, happy Isabel year. Let's see. Should we get into it? I guess we've made the audience.
Yes,
Listen
they're
to
probably
us long.
really impatient about to switch it off now.
Actually, they probably already have. It's probably just us three right now. Maybe a
Ben
few
too.
hardcore.
Maybe Ben's listening. Hi, Ben.
Hey Ben,
Yes.
thanks. Well, I
Ben,
don't
we
know.
miss you.
That's a long shot. We'll see.
I will forward him this episode. When he's on the subway
Okay.
or somewhere, he'll have something to listen to.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey Ben, how's it going? Call in. Yeah. Hey, join the call, Ben. Send him a link.
This episode is
You know-
for you, Ben.
I wonder if towards the end, if I can just call him in, does the
That
people
would
connect
be-
with the cell phone?
Yeah, you
Or
could.
like you put it over the phone.
Send the link,
Like the,
Oh,
the mic, sorry.
speakerphone. Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe I'll try to figure it out. We'll see.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
We'll see.
All right. So what we are doing, with or without Ben, what we are doing is a chat about some shows. So yeah, honestly, I did just want to talk to you guys, but we figured we need something to talk about. So I came up with the idea of having everyone recommend one show. And this is kind of interesting too, because you guys are not big K content watchers, yeah? Not on a regular basis.
Not publicly, but I do consume quite a lot of K content just because like they are so available on Netflix.
Yes.
You know, and it's beautiful people, high quality content, you know. It's not deep stuff most of the time, but it kind of warms you up, kind of makes you feel like the world is okay, you know, when you see these beautiful people walking around. Life can't be that bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we recommended 3 shows, and we'll introduce the shows in a second. And we watched it. So we started doing this, like, when was it? May? We talked about it
2 months
know.
ago.
somewhere a couple months ago, maybe even April. But we were
Yeah.
talking about this, and you guys made your picks. And so we're going to just discuss it, maybe recommend it to the audience. Spoiler alert out there, if there's a show that you're dying to watch and you don't want to know how it ends, we're probably going to spoil it for you. So if you hear your show mentioned, then turn away. We can go in any order.
Yeah.
Do you want to pick
Can I
someone to
just
go
quickly
first, or-
say one thing? If you need
Sure.
an excuse to podcast or to chat, can we do something a bit more simple next time where we eat a dish and then we discuss the dish? Because y'all chose 2 things that had 16 episodes. And then when I looked at it was an hour and a half per goddamn episode.
Yeah.
I thought I was
yeah.
doing the kind thing. I sent you something that was 6 episodes maybe, and they were each 45 minutes.
Yo,
You
I mean, like
know-
for the show that you picked, for that, whatever theme that was, I think 6 episodes was enough. We didn't need 16
Yeah.
episode of
I would
drama.
say
Yeah.
for the 2 things you both chose, 6 episodes would have also been enough.
Okay, all right, a little foreshadowing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, they do go long, which is interesting that you mentioned that, because Netflix does more short stuff now because their model is different, right? Like they're not
Mhm.
trying to retain viewers like a normal network is to sell commercials. So 6 episodes is fine for them as long as they get you to watch anything. But some of the stuff that we recommended was on network TV,
Yes.
which they
Right.
tried to drag it out. So for 90-minute episodes, they can get 30% more ads than a 1-hour episode.
Mm.
And so some of these go 20 episodes long, you know, and they their model is, of course, if they get people hooked on it, then by the end they're selling a ton of ads.
Yeah, that makes complete sense because I think the show that I chose, Karma, was produced exclusively for Netflix to begin with. It might be simulcast on some other places, but I think it was produced for Netflix. So it made sense that it was 6 very good condensed episodes. But you can see where the other ones had places where there would be a commercial
Yeah.
break in between.
Yeah.
Little mini cliffhangers.
Mm.
But yeah, it's a business for sure, right? And so I think streaming has changed it a little. So you're starting to see, so for Lingjie out there, you're starting to see shorter ones that are streaming only.
Mm.
But the ones that we recommended were over the air network
16
ones.
episodes and an hour and a half each. There are some movies now in theaters that are not even an hour and a half. So
No.
I would have
Yeah,
had to watch the equivalent of 32 movies.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's like watching. Yeah, it is like watching 16 movies.
That's why it took more than 2 months for us to finish this.
Right.
And
yeah, there are.
Technically, sorry, Curtis, I didn't finish one of the things. I tried my best last night. I was up until 3 a.m. in bed watching this particular show at 1.5 times speed. Until at some point, I just fell asleep in the middle of episode 8. So maybe when we get to that show, I will be surprised when we discuss what happens at the end.
Okay. I mean, I feel a little bad, but we did give you 3 months. We did give you.
So here was my theory. For the show Signal, I watched it with my wife every night for however long that took, right? When we had time, we watched it. So that was a slow burn. It was fine. I thought it would finish when we got close to this recording date so that it would be fresh in my mind. The other show, the reality show, I did not expect, and this is my own fault for not looking at it, that it was going to be an hour and a half episode times 16. All the reality shows that I've ever watched, maybe here in the West, typically are like half an hour because there's not much that goes on and they go kind of fast and they're not 16 episodes. So that was my own fault.
I'm kind of not sorry for you though, Lingjie.
What?
I finished everything despite I was also writing a master's thesis. So shame on you.
Yeah.
I have no excuses. I'm saying it's 100% my fault, but the circumstances could have been made easier had you chosen something that was shorter.
I mean, this is coming from a guy who said he doesn't do anything.
I have
these
nothing
days.
to do, but I can't watch these things.
Doesn't have a job.
You could have been
doesn't
watching
have
it
a
while doing your
podcast.
practice.
I could have been, but that was done in April.
I mean, you can't even use the podcast as an excuse. You can't even say,
Yeah.
well, I'm busy podcasting.
I'm not even a podcaster anymore.
Oh man. All right. Well, that's a fair point though. I think Isabel's pick is a network show versus Singles Inferno, I think, is only Netflix. So they tighten things up a little bit more.
Yeah, I do admit actually when I was watching it maybe 2 years ago, I did find some parts were quite slow.
Oh,
so
they're dragging it out, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. All right. Well, we'll talk about them one by one. Should we do the reality show?
Yes.
Lingjie's on a cliffhanger. Lingjie doesn't know. He doesn't know how it ends. All right, the show, Isabel, do you want to set it up?
Well, I mean, like I watched it 2 years ago, so I might actually forget some of the parts, but this show first came up to me was probably recommended by Netflix, like as one of those top shows when it first came out.
Yeah.
But before then, I never heard of it. It's called Love After Divorce. But the particular season that I picked for this episode is season 4. And I never watched season 1 to 3, and I never knew about that show ever existed until this season 4 popped up. And what kind of drew me in was first of all the premise, which is basically a bunch of divorcees trying to find their next relationships or love on a reality show, which is already kind of an interesting idea to me, especially it's Korean, because I think I mean, I'm not Korean, but I know that the fact that someone is divorced, it's a bit of a taboo thing in the Korean society. And I mean, like people, I don't know, it's like in Korean culture, they might celebrate a little bit more like the idea of perfection. So maybe divorcees are seen as not as perfect. And the other thing that stood out to me is most of the contestants are Korean Americans or Koreans who live or work in the States or Canada. So they do speak. Actually, they do speak quite a lot of English, which was maybe potentially what drew me in. Like when I saw the teaser, and as I started watching the show, I also noticed some of the contestants, they might be Korean, but they also don't really speak Korean as much. So they kind of struggled with the language as well. So kind of coming from that third culture perspective, it was quite interesting to see people going through some struggles that you and I might understand.
Yeah, yeah. No, I'd never watched it either, and I clearly Lingjie had never watched it before either. But yeah, I think it's been around. So obviously season 4, so it's been around for several years. I do remember seeing some celebrity talking about it who was Korean American before, like one of the other seasons. He was Korean American and had done some Korean celebrity stuff before, and he mentioned the show. So I'd heard of it before, but never watched it. It takes place. They put him in Mexico of all.
Oh yeah.
So speaking of third culture,
U.S. edition in Mexico.
I think they've shot there before too. I think they even shot the Korean nationals in Cancun before.
Oh wow.
I think that's a normal thing. Hey, this is Curtis in the editing room. I misspoke. I said season 5 is coming soon. What I forgot was that this show was actually 2023. So what's coming out now is season 7. So I missed 2 whole seasons in there. But yeah, quick notes. When I say season 5, I mean season 7. Season 5 is coming. Lingjie, put it on your calendar.
Oh, is it?
Season 5 is coming. I think it's going to be in Australia. They're filming that one as we speak.
Oh,
Yeah.
So is it Australian Koreans in the same vein of how we had Korean Americans?
Yeah,
that would be interesting. I would want to watch
it.
that.
It would be, yeah.
Yeah, perhaps. So they did 10 episodes in Mexico, and then only 4, Lingjie. It's only 14 episodes.
Oh, sorry. 14
you only have 6 more to go.
Hour movies.
So there are, and then the 4 follow-up episodes take place a month later in their hometowns, which is like Los Angeles, Seattle, and I think one couple went to see the parents in Korea.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Bold move. So it's a fun show. It's 5 guys, 5 women. They range from late 20s to early 40s, I think.
40.
Yeah.
46 was the oldest person.
Oh yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, that was a surprise actually.
Yeah. I think they might not have been 46 at the time when they shot it. I think they shot it in 2022. Because I think they were I know this because their birth year was the same as my wife. So
That's
when they
true,
actually shot it.
77. I know this because I've watched it less than 6 hours ago, and it's fresh in my mind.
Oh, actually, okay, yeah. Actually, maybe you're right. They were 46 because my wife is 79. Okay, anyway.
So you only got to the
out.
age bit, Lingjie.
I got to the age bit, which I actually really wanted to find out because I felt that, Curtis might explain this, but they reveal certain parts about themselves across the 16-hour long journey of the show. So in little bits, they would tell them which region they're from, which age, their careers, children, all of which are slowly sprinkled in. So that you kind of go in the beginning not knowing everything about this person. And the person is supposedly not allowed to say things until they're actually told to say them.
Yeah. I think is it 7 days or 10 days that they're actually there together?
I think it's 7.
Oh,
I think it's 7. Yeah. So the premise is they walk in and they sit down on the couch and the awkward hellos. And like all of us would do, we're trying to guess, okay, what does this guy do? How old are they? That kind of stuff. But they don't know. They can't. They're forbidden to talk about it right away, which is kind of messed up if you think about it.
Yeah.
Because if you're going to date someone, right, those are the first things you ask. How many, do you have kids? Where do you live? Like, those are the things that you would ask first. But they do it in order. So day 1, they reveal, why did you get divorced? And then day 2 is something like
region.
What's your job? Yeah. No, region was later, right?
Oh, yeah,
I thought that was the last, actually.
Sorry,
The kids was the last, I think.
Yeah.
it was divorcee. It was why you were divorced,
Yeah.
your career, region, which area of the country you're from, your age, and then the part that I don't know yet, which is going to be a big spoiler, is how many kids do they have? If they
Oh,
have
you don't
kids.
know that?
I don't know that. So when you guys tell me that, I'm actually okay. One thing, I think I enjoyed this show much more than I thought I would enjoy the show. So as much as I shit on it being a marathon and all that, I think had I taken the time to watch this on my own, I would have thoroughly enjoyed it. Because I was telling Curtis before, a lot of these shows typically have younger people who haven't done much with their
Yeah.
lives, or just their level of maturity is different. But having gone through a divorce and some of these people with kids, full careers, a whole journey into their middle-aged life, it
Yeah.
feels like they have a bit more levity and they're more relatable, at least to people within my demographic, right? So I enjoyed this
Yeah.
much more than I did, let's say, Singles Inferno. A bunch of
Yeah.
young people is just looking to hook up. These are people that, for the most part, were looking to genuinely pair up and try to find some long-term partner.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
No,
I think that's also
agree.
why this show is quite interesting, because it's not just a bunch of like good-looking 20-something-year-olds trying to look cool for the camera, but like these ones, they there's a layer of like honesty, vulnerability around it as you continue watching it, especially to the part where they kind of spend time in their kind of like hometowns. I think that part was actually pretty raw.
Yeah. And humility too. Like, like you said, Isabel, before, it's not something you brag about getting divorced, and it probably is really kind of hard to date as a
Yeah.
divorcee in Korea, or even as an Asian American. There's a little bit of a stigma about having a previous marriage. So
And
they
they are
come
putting
in and
themselves out there.
yeah, and they don't probably talk about it to a lot of other people. So this was interesting. So they did find some camaraderie. I think when they revealed why they got divorced, there was a lot of camaraderie. A lot of like, oh man, you had it rough, and it's pretty tough. It's pretty tough to hear some of the reasons, and they range. Like one woman got divorced for religious reasons. Like she didn't realize her husband was kind of in this. I mean, it makes it sound like a cult or something. He was
Yeah.
very controlling, and there were some other reasons like actual verbal and physical abuse in one relationship, and cheating, adultery kind of stuff. And so the first episode, pretty tough, and they kind of bond over that, and then they slowly get to know each other. So let's see. So we can introduce them a little bit. We don't have time to go into them all. So do you remember
we go
them?
through
I have them on this
favorites?
document.
Should we go through
Yeah,
favorites?
first impression,
whoever we remember, we can call them out.
We can pick
All right,
a
first
woman
impression,
and
or
pick a
after
man.
we get to know them a little bit.
I say first impression.
Okay, so when they get on the couch, what were your thoughts? You want to do the guys first? Let's do the guys first.
Sure.
I thought Tom with the clean cut haircut, and I thought he would be the most popular, to be honest, when he first
I did
walked.
too.
Yeah, that's
I
what
did
I
too.
thought.
He
He made a
presents
good
very well.
first impression.
Yeah, very polite. Takes care of himself, obviously in good shape. I did not expect Jimmy to be popular. Jimmy's the guy, the New Yorker with the glasses.
He had at some point he had 3 women that were their number one choice. I think in mid-season where
Yeah.
I'm at, 3 of the women had him as their either first or second choice.
Mm-hmm.
Fighting over Jimmy. Yeah. I guess he's got that aura about him.
Like
Plus,
what kind of aura?
I don't know. Something attractive. Because he looks pretty normal. Like that's the other thing too, is everyone looks pretty normal. They look like, meaning that they could be
What
your
does
friends.
that
Like,
mean,
meaning,
Curtis? They look pretty normal.
okay, so if you have watched Singles Inferno.
Yes.
Those are models. When they walk in, they're all models, right? Whether they say it or not, they're all in some kind of visual industry.
Visual industry.
Most of them are either models or content creators or actors or singers. There's something, right?
There's something
This
where their
group,
appearance is the most important factor or one of the most important factors of their career. Unlike these
exactly.
people.
Mm,
And dare
true.
I say, they might have had some work done.
Well, I would say some of the people on this cast probably also had some work
Yeah.
done.
I mean, it's not uncommon. It's not uncommon.
Right.
But overall, I think if we saw these people walking down the street, we wouldn't be, our head wouldn't whip around and say, oh gosh, they must be a K-pop idol. Probably
Mm.
not, right?
Fair point.
I guess you were saying they don't look intimidating at the very least,
Yeah.
which adds to the relatability point
Yes.
that we
Yes.
mentioned.
Yeah. No, 100%. 100%. All right. So, Isabel, your first impression, who caught your eye or caught your attention when they first walked in?
Guys or ladies?
Let's do the guys first.
I guess in terms of energy, Jerome has that youthful energy, which
Mhm.
obviously we know it's a big contrast to what he
Yeah.
actually is.
Yeah, yeah. That's true. He was the most outgoing, definitely the most extroverted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think all the others are pretty introverted.
Yeah. That's
All right,
true.
moving on to the ladies. Isabel, who was the first woman that kind of caught your attention?
I like from the first glance, I quite liked what's her name? Is it Benita?
Yes, it
Yes,
is.
Benita.
Okay. Yeah, I thought she seems pretty cheerful and positive. But what about you guys?
Yeah.
Who caught your eye? I'm curious.
As far as the guys go, I think probably how they placed it or how they cut the thing was they had Tom there first, so he had a chance to talk with everyone, or maybe they just showed more footage of him talking to other people. So I thought he had the most
Mm.
what appeared in the beginning as confidence in himself, which later didn't really seem that way because he would always doubt himself a lot during the actual show. But in the beginning, he seemed like a very confident, self-assured person, not in the cocky sense, but just that he was okay and comfortable with himself.
Mhm.
So he was my choice in terms of the guys. And strangely enough, and this is probably because they sat there the longest and very early, was Bonita as well. She was the first woman to go there, and
Yeah.
and same thing too. She had a level of charm and maturity that seemed uh, maybe above some of the other people.
I agree. Yeah. Yeah, I think she came across as more mature, maybe. And yeah, very well spoken. I also thought something about Jisoo was endearing. I don't know, maybe because she's one of the more shy, I think, of them.
She's
Some
also
of the
the
others are a
youngest.
little.
She's the lawyer.
Yeah, she's a
Ah.
lawyer, youngest. Not the first to speak. Usually, like a little bit more shy. Like I don't know. That's that. And she had an interesting arc. She had a lot going on emotionally in this show. Yeah,
She
she
did
was feeling.
several times. She would call her mother, I think, and she would tell her what was going on, and she would be crying during the phone call.
Yeah, yeah. So she's probably she was maybe there was a lot of crying. There actually was quite a bit of crying in this, and I
Yeah.
can imagine. Not only do you have, it's just an impossible situation. Like none of us have been in this situation, right? Where you have a week to get to know people and
Mm,
quote unquote make decisions, and sometimes you're being pursued by someone you may not be interested in. You have to tactfully and graciously kind of let them down, but at the same time you have someone you might be interested in and they may like someone else. So it's really, I would imagine it to be really emotionally very, very.
Yeah. And it's also not just a simple dating show, as in like whether or not you're attracted to the other person, because as later on, as the show unfolds, there are different circumstances that some of them have kids, some of them have very complicated co-parenting situations.
mm.
And I think that kind of added to that consideration as well, like, oh, whether or not they might have a connection with someone, but is it ever going to work out? Or even just based on wherever they are based.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. So Lingjie doesn't know. Do you want to guess who has kids?
Oh, so I guess we can get to that part if you want. But I wanted
Sure.
to
Let's do that.
quickly add, between all the factors that they solely tell each other, which one do you guys think is the most important, and which one do you guys think is the least important? So we have career,
Mm.
location, age, and kids. I think that's all 4, right?
Yeah, and
should be all
reason to
4.
get divorced.
Because throughout the course of the show, I think this was the first time that the show took place in the West. So the host very often kept saying, "Oh, region is important in America," which was something that they weren't accustomed to, because in Korea it's much smaller. Even if you're doing a quote unquote long distance relationship there, it's a couple hours flight, right? But here
Yeah.
in America, you could get up to 8 hours, 10 hours if you're from Seattle to the tip of Florida or something, right? So I think they kept mentioning that region was very, very important, because that was a surprise to
Yeah.
them. And in some ways, I would say, objectively, that probably is the most important, because that lines up how everything else works. If you have to move, your career is in flux. Your kids are in flux. Everything else, changes based on region. So I would say that's the most important.
Yeah, I agree with you.
I'm going to say kids is the most important. And there's 2 reasons. 1, you're inheriting kids. And then 2, you're also you could be inheriting an ex who's co-parenting, right? Like, so you have another person involved in this thing, whether you like it or not, because they have to be, right? Because they're the actual parents, biological parents. So it's tricky. I think, long distance sucks, but that can be remedied.
Can it? Because some of the people got divorced the first time because it was a long-term thing. I forget which one, but
Yeah.
I think.
I don't remember who it was, but yeah, it is important. I think it's probably second for me, but I think kids, that's a huge one.
Okay.
I think.
Least
But
important?
again, I think so.
Least important,
least
I think,
important?
would be age.
Job
or
or
career,
age,
I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah, career.
Career, you can change and improve. Age, if it's you can't really change. We're all only getting older.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Though I think it might be different if you still wanted to have kids, and if the age difference is too big in your mind. But I think the biggest age difference would have been 15 years or so. I don't know, between Jisoo and Jerome. Would have been pretty high. That would have been a problem probably. But yeah, and Asians are kind of hard to tell their age.
It is hard. It is hard, because the whole time I assumed that Tom was the oldest guy and Sora
everyone
was the oldest woman, and that's probably what a lot of people thought. And I kind of guess Jerome was old because they said he had a K-pop career in the 2000s, late 90s. So I just assumed he was maybe late 30s, early 40s. I didn't think he would be 46,
late 40s.
46, 47 at the time, which is getting up there. Sorry, Curtis.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? 44 would be great. I'd love to be 46. I don't know. So it probably varies per person, but it didn't seem like age turned out to be that big of a deal.
No.
But the kids, Lingjie, are you ready?
Okay. Can we start with the guys?
Okay.
I'm gonna guess Jerome has no kids, because at some point he mentioned he wants a family and he loves kids from his sisters and brothers or something, that his nieces and nephews. So Jerome has no kids.
Yeah.
Tom,
you guessed right.
Tom has no kids because he lives in Vegas.
Nope.
You can't raise a family in Vegas.
No, he's got one.
He's got one?
But he's not living with them.
Are they in different cities?
Yeah.
I think so.
That's kind of
I think the kid is in LA. Yeah, it's tough. They've had some custody issues and stuff, so.
Okay, well, I think Vegas and California is not too bad, but okay. He has one kid. I guess just given his age, that would make more sense.
Yep. And only one other person has kids. Only one other guy has kids.
Ricky does not have kids. He's the one with the bad English, with the worst English.
Wrong.
Ricky has a kid?
Ricky has a kid, yeah.
Wait, I thought Ricky was the one who has the worst Korean.
Bad Korean, yeah.
He has the worst Korean. But he has a kid?
He said You said bad English. Okay. Yeah, he has a kid.
Oh, sorry.
And he's
Yeah.
a very devoted father. He's really in the kid's life a lot. Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow, that was a surprise. I would have
Yeah.
guessed,
And that-
if I had to guess, I would have guessed it would be Jimmy. Dewey, I knew
Mhm.
he said something before that pointed to the fact that he doesn't have kids. But
no,
wow.
Jimmy and Dewey, no kids. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Okay.
Jimmy, Dewey, and Jerome, no kids. All right, the women. Are you ready?
All right, let's go from oldest. Who's the oldest? But Bonita is the oldest? Bonita
I think
has
so.
a kid.
Nope.
Ah. Okay. Jinsu, the lawyer, does not have kids.
Yeah, Jisoo, no kids. Yeah.
Okay. Harem, the one that was in the religious family, has kids.
Ah.
Yeah. Yes. She has
'Cause-
3 kids.
Right, because somehow I connect culty like religions with having lots of kids very fast. So I kind of just knew she had
Yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
Sora, who is the tech person that was married to the Italian American, married for 8-9 years, and Italians love having kids. I'm gonna say she has kids.
Nope.
Sora doesn't have kids.
Wait, I thought
No
she
kids.
has it. Hold on. I thought she had
Wait,
one.
Sora has a kid?
Sora is the
Yeah,
tech,
yeah. I think
tech lady.
she does have a kid, I think.
Oh, am I wrong? I didn't write that down.
She's the one that her divorce cost $150,000 USD, and then her husband bought her a Porsche or something, and she lived what seemed like
Yeah.
a very nice lifestyle. But she did
Yeah.
mention she was married for 8-9 years at a very young age, and to an Italian American. So I just assumed she had kids, unless there was a physical barrier to having kids.
I think she has one.
Okay. Maybe you're I might be misremembering.
And Heejin, I'm going to say no kids because she has 5 dogs and no one has time for 5 dogs and any kind of live human being.
Honestly, that could be a deal breaker. You know, if you don't like dogs.
That's true.
When she showed the fact that she had 5 dogs, I thought that was worse than if she had 5 kids.
That's a handful.
Because kids can take care of themselves. If you have 5 kids, they can take care of each other depending on who's the oldest. When you have 5 dogs, no one's taking care of each other.
Though you could rehome a dog if you had to.
You could rehome a kid if they're really bad too.
I mean, but yeah, is it kind of interesting? Speaking of Sora, interesting, right? She had no one really interested in her. Very successful career.
Very.
But I think she was kind of giving off CEO vibes a little bit, and maybe that intimidated the guys a little bit.
So I think from a guy's perspective, it's unfortunate because depending on your personality style, a lot of men are more, maybe not intimidated, but not directly attracted to strong personality. And sometimes that, and especially if you're in a room full of 4 other people who are a bit more flirty, a bit more relaxed, and you have one person who's more mature, who seems like they're more, what's the right word I'm looking for? Just more intimidating to them, then you're gonna steer towards the other women instead, which is very unfortunate for her. And I think at some point during the show, she did have like a small breakdown in which she mentioned that no one was pursuing her and she felt bad. What's wrong with me? I deserve love too. I don't think there's anything wrong with me. I think just given the situation that she was in on this show, it presented her as the most intimidating person among a group of people that were very that were less intimidating. But in real life, I could imagine where she wouldn't have any issues, right? Very successful, very funny, can cook, has all the stuff there.
Yeah.
And there's also the possibility too that she may be more attractive to non-Korean men too.
Potentially. I was just thinking that, like, as I was watching the show, like, I remember that particular segment when she had a breakdown, and I was just kind of thinking, like, well, it's just unfortunate, like, her compared to other female contestants. Obviously, she would appear to be more, like, bossy or, like, more intimidating. And obviously, the set of male contestants, they are also not her target audience.
Her target audience.
I mean,
Yeah.
however
Or the
you
people that
put
would
it.
be attracted to her. Yeah.
Like the guys will be more drawn to the type that is it like Heejin would be, because she's a little bit more feminine, a little bit
Is
more
that Five Dogs
easygoing.
Girl?
I think so.
Five Dogs Girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think in this format, yeah, they kind of more naturally attracted to the feminine types and the
Yeah.
To kind of like put a sports metaphor in, you have to within 7 weeks you have to be on the offensive. You can't be playing defense all the time. And I think maybe Soro didn't play enough offense. Was too hesitant. When you had other people like Hiram, which is the culty girl, I thought she was super flirty. At some point, I thought she was a little bit too flirty with everybody. Because then, do you think is her laughter, is everything genuine if she's doing it to every single guy? She eventually settled down on the person, but prior to that, I thought she was forward flirting with everybody.
Yeah, no, I agree. Not something that I would be attracted to.
Right, but for a lot of guys, when you have a girl who appears like they're very interested in you and they're flirting with you, they're taking the offensive by flirting with you. That is something that would naturally attract men.
Especially in a 7-day format. You don't really get to know someone deeply in 7 days.
Because you guys would know better from a guy's perspective. Like guys like going for easy, and they don't want to go for hard for no reason, right?
Right. Yeah. The low-hanging fruit.
You would think after having your first divorce that you should be more picky and not just go after the low-hanging fruit, because that's probably what caused your first divorce to begin with.
Yeah, like I said, it's almost an impossible situation. However, there are, I think, to date, 2 couples still together.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
It's amazing.
Can you guys tell me who paired up at the end then?
I want you to make a guess.
Yeah, there were 3 at the end. There were 3 couples at the end.
Okay, so not everyone has to pair up at the end. If you don't pick your people, then okay, it's fine.
You can reject the person. Yeah.
Oh, that would be tough, but let's see. Tough, yes. You have Ricky and Harem, because they were mid-season very verdi together.
Yeah.
I'm hoping Jerome and Bonita at least tried.
Yep.
Okay.
Correct.
And the third pair, Tom with nobody, Jimmy with Heejin.
Yeah. Correct.
Okay.
Oh,
also,
wow.
So Dewey was left out. Dewey
and Tom were left out.
Oh, that's too bad.
Dewey and Tom were left out.
I think Dewey was my favorite character. Not that he's playing a character because he's being himself, but he was my favorite person across the whole thing, because I thought he was funny. He took charge of what he wanted, even though sometimes the hosts were joking about him a little bit too much, playing him down a little bit too much. But I thought he was very comfortable in his own skin, and he kept going after what he wanted, even when she clearly said no. He just kept going after it. So super props to him.
Yeah,
he did it till the end. Like he said no. She said no to him at the end.
Oh, so he asked to be with Jisoo. And she said no.
She said thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah. That's right.
It's funny. There's one line in there where they were talking about, I could have sworn you were going to be an IT guy or something.
Mm-hmm.
And he was like, why? And then she said, have you looked in the mirror? It was rough.
Ouch.
It was rough. Yeah, it was pretty rough.
Oh, poor guy.
Oh, dear.
Oh, Dewey.
So who is still together?
What, the thing is... Oh, okay, yeah. Well, just real quickly, too. The thing is, this may actually be a little bit of an audition tape, too. Like, even if you don't find love on the 7 days, right? Like, for example, I think there would be people attracted to all these people, right?
Yeah,
like, there would be people based on their personality who might, they all have Instagram accounts. They might slide into their DMs and say, hey, I saw you on the show and blah, 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 So who knows?
Yeah.
Okay, so the 2 that are still together that we know of are Tom and Bonita, still together.
No, Jerome and Bonita.
Jerome.
Oh, sorry. What did I say? Tom? No.
Unless something changed.
No, Tom is not in the picture. But Jerome and Bonita and Jimmy and Heejin
Yeah.
are still together.
And I
Oh,
think
so
they might be
long distance.
expecting a baby, aren't they?
Yeah,
Which
they
one?
got married. Oh,
Jimmy and
Jimmy and Heejin.
Heejin.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so cool. Wait,
Yeah.
Heejin was the one from Vancouver, and Jimmy was the
Yeah.
one from my neck of the woods in New
Manhattan.
York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the long
Oh.
distance, they made it work with the 5 dogs.
With the 5 dogs and now 1 kid.
Yeah.
Perhaps a kid. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, Ricky, like if you keep watching Ricky and Hadam, so she's got 3 kids, he's got 1,
Mm.
and her kids are a handful. They're all very close in age.
Yeah.
And so I have 2 kids close in age, and that era was rough. The under 5 years old era is super tough.
Okay,
And
so you think
he
it
goes to
might be the fact that they have kids that eventually was their downfall.
I don't
Yeah.
know.
I
But
mean,
then also,
I do have a different take on that though, because I mean, like we were talking about how Ricky and Harim just did not work out, right? And I think it was like Harim who said no to Ricky. And I thought throughout the process, Ricky was trying hard to make it work. He was even ready to co-parent the other 3 kids.
Oh,
He
wow.
was very much present throughout the process. He was really trying to figure out, or he might be ready
Yeah.
to move for Harim, but Harim in the end, she said no. But my take is just, I feel like Harim was not that into Ricky.
I sort of agree because Harim was the one that was very flirty, and even in the beginning, it's foreshadowing if she's so quick to jump from one guy to another who she's flirting with in the beginning, and then towards the end when she picks someone, what's to say that jumping around is not going to translate over to now that she has her, she's picked someone, because she also mentioned that after her divorce she felt more free to do a lot of things. So maybe there's a
Yeah.
part of her that didn't want to be trapped again because she so thoroughly enjoyed her freedom after her divorce. So that's not surprising. And then on Ricky's end, it's also not surprising because he mentioned that he's very quick to fall in love with somebody. Like he falls in love very quick and very hard, very fast, very hard. So it kind of makes sense that the 2 of them didn't work out based on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Ricky was a nice surprise because initially, from first impression, I would not have guessed he would be such a serious man, but he turns out to be someone who is really devoted and serious about, relationships and stuff.
Mm.
I honestly did not watch all the way to 14 because once they got back to real life, it stopped being fun for me. It got too real.
Really?
Oh.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think like there was one segment between Benita and Jerome, like I was literally crying with laughter watching it.
Oh,
Like it was
okay.
the part where Benita was helping Jerome dye his hair or something. And that was the bit where we realized Benita might not be as put together as she appeared to be. She might be, in
okay.
real life, she might be a bit of a mess as well.
I think
Yeah.
the 2 of them had the most outgoing personalities,
Yeah.
Benita and Jerome. So the fact that they seem like they got together and they're still together right now, like I was rooting for the 2 of them. If I had to pick someone,
Yeah.
I was rooting for, it was the 2 of them.
Me
They
too.
look like they
yeah.
have fun together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
genuine fun, because some people can look like they're laughing and they're having a good time, but there's a level of just doing it for the sake of doing it. But the 2 of them seem like they're really having a good time.
Agree.
Okay. All right. Well, we got to move on, but what do you think? Recommend this to people, or who do you recommend this to?
I recommend this to anyone that, you know what's strange? I think if you're in a marriage, this is a good watch, which is weird because you
Yeah.
shouldn't imagine yourself in that situation. But just because you're in a marriage, you can understand more some of the things that are difficult about a marriage, not to the extent that you're going to have a divorce, but you can relate to it a lot more. So when they mention certain things, whatever, you can kind of understand it better. If you're a single person, I think it's not as much fun watching it. I think there's probably a demographic of people that are in our ballparks, long-term relationships or marriage, that would really enjoy it. And I think the cast is actually pretty good. No one was
Pretty likable.
over the top annoying. Usually there's always one annoying person in all of this, but no one was over the top annoying.
Yeah.
No,
agree.
they're older. Maybe that's why.
Yeah. They have a little more social intelligence, I think, being a little bit older, maybe.
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it to people who do enjoy a bit of that reality or like dating show, but then you're looking for something different. If you're tired of seeing like all the good looking people from Singles Inferno or a little bit of that like trashy dating show, like what are they called again? Too hot to
Reality.
handle.
Yeah, or
Like,
Love Island, yeah.
if you're done with that kind of trashy dating show, you're looking for a bit of depth. I think this one could be the sweet spot.
True,
Agreed.
true.
I
Yeah.
actually will
Yeah.
watch season 5. I'm gonna try to. So when I was binging this last night, there were 2 episodes in the middle, which my wife was on the couch with me, and we were
Mhm.
binging it together, and we kind of got into it. She was half paying attention, half on her phone, but there were parts that she was enjoying. So maybe I'll see if she wants to watch the couple episodes that I'm up to, and maybe the last couple episodes. So it's not bad.
Okay.
Is
all
the
right.
next season going to come out on Netflix? Do you know, Curtis?
I don't know, but I would think so.
It has
I
to,
think
right?
it was a hit.
Because if they're in
It was a hit for
Sydney.
them.
Mm.
Yeah, they're big in Sydney. All right. You want to take a break or anything? You guys doing all right?
I'm good.
I'm good.
All right. We are. How many minutes are we in?
We maybe
An
50
hour
maybe
and
minutes.
11 minutes. Jeez.
You got quite a bit of editing.
All right. Editing room Curtis here again. I think that's going to do it for this part 1 of this episode. Another 45 minutes to go on part 2, which I'll drop probably Thursday or something like that. So look for that wherever you get your podcasts. We're going to review the show Karma, which is on Netflix, as well as a classic K-drama from 2016, Signal. Yes, one of my favorites. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for listening. If you're still listening, props to you. You get a gold star because, yeah, we're just babbling on, but we're having a good time. So anyway, thank you so much for listening, and we'll talk to you again soon. Bye, everyone.